What could go wrong? Today's video is either going to change the way that I paint forever, or it's going to teach us all a really valuable lesson. So I got a comment, probably the most interesting comment I've ever gotten on any of my social media platforms, and something in my gut for some reason is telling me to give it a try. What could go wrong? Even though it goes against my better judgment. So the comment at hand reads as follows. I work for a higher end Ferrari dealer. I'm painting 40 years. I'll tell you this one trick. Just take whatever clear you're using, reduce it with your hardener, then whatever that comes out to, reduce that by 100%. This is the best color blender, far beyond that canned shit Basf or Glacierite tries to sell and all the rest. To which I responded, but then won't I have fresh clear on the entire panel? I can't throw base on top of fresh clear. Hopefully we all know that would cause some serious reactions and major problems. And then I was surprised. He responded to that and he said, I understand your concern, but no, you would just put down a light coat. You don't put down a wet coat. Let it sit 5 minutes and do your blending and your color. You won't believe how the base coat lays in the blends. You can't even tell. We were taught by an Italian guy that came from Italy who worked for Ferrari. It isn't necessary on solid colors, only on metallics. Well, today, obviously, you just saw we are working on a metallic color and we have a blend on our fender. So I just put our sealer on. I'm gonna mix this clear up, reduce it 100% like he said, and go apply a wet bed of clear. What could go wrong? We're gonna find out. Okay, so I have my clear in the gun, reduced 100%. Sealer on our panel. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret this, but we're gonna do it anyway. We'll let that sit 5 minutes, and then we'll start throwing color on and pray that it doesn't start spider webbing everywhere. While that flashes off, I just want to take a quick second to shout out the Trigger Man for the kind word in his last video. I appreciate you, bro. And I just want to say, I do not know a more authentic painter on YouTube. I mean, he goes so far out of his way to answer questions and review products for everyone, especially you DIY guys. I mean, he got a lot of shit for reviewing that electric spray gun, but I mean, look at how many people he has helped gain access to painting for a fraction of what it would normally cost. And that was all because he was bold enough to try a new product. So shout out to you, bro. You're doing big things, and I have nothing but respect for you, and I'm sure everyone watching does too. All right, it's been about 8-9 minutes. I gave it a little more than 5 minutes because I'm shitting bricks right now, because I've painted over fresh clear before, and I'm talking about 16, 18 hours later, and I've had reactions. So I'm not very optimistic that this is gonna work, but you came to the right place to find out. I'm gonna try to be a little responsible here and not go wet on any of these coats. I don't know, man. This just doesn't feel right. But look, if it goes south, I'll show you what we do to fix it. That's our first coat. Everything looks okay so far. I'm gonna go a little wetter. I really just want to get this sealer covered. After that first coat flashed off, I'm looking at our sealer edge and it looks like butter. So I think as long as we keep these base coats somewhat dry, we won't have an issue. But really, where we're gonna find out if we're gonna have an issue or not is gonna be after we clear, potentially right after we clear, or most likely after we bake this thing. I wanna point out that I am doing this with waterborne paint, Envirobase to be exact. If you try to do this with solvent, I can't guarantee the same results because solvent-based paint has a lot more solvents in it than waterborne paint. Even though it's waterborne, it still contains solvent, just to a much lesser degree. If you guys would like, I could also make a video doing the same thing with solvent if this works. We still don't know if it's going to work. We're going to find out though. We're going to go put our drop coat on. Before we do that, I just wanted to take a second to ask you guys a question. So in regards to the Spraywork Apex spray gun, I am currently testing a second cap option for the gun. I made sure when we designed this gun, it was designed to work for me, right? So because I'm an experienced painter, everything's kind of automatic with me. I don't want the gun to slow me down. I want to be the one to choose to slow down if I have to. I didn't want the gun to limit that. What I'm working on is essentially a cap that's aimed more towards control. I do not want to call it a base coat cap because I've been using it for base and clear, and it is completely capable of laying some awesome clear, which you're going to see in this video today because that's the cap I'm using in this entire video. And the original cap is designed for flow. So if I'm satisfied with how it kind of tames the gun, for lack of a better word, I was wondering if you guys would like a video of me explaining the differences in the air caps and how it affects the paint. So let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that video, because I think it'd be something really cool to cover and might even help you decide which spray gun you pick up off your rack on your next paint job. So we put 3 light coats on here. Now we're ready for our drop coat. So we'll go ahead and slap that on real quick. You guys see how massive this fan is with this air cap? You're pretty much going to be able to lay your metallics flawlessly with this cap. I figured we'd take a look at this before we clear it, because I mean, I can honestly tell you guys, I have never seen a panel this smooth after base coat with a blend without doing anything else. There's no wet bed. We didn't do anything to our material. We just shot that light coat of clear on it and went straight into our regular color.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Did you guys see that? We have modeling. Now, I don't know if that modeling is because of the texture that the light coat of clear over our sealer, over the whole panel. I don't know if that texture is what caused the modeling that I see on that fender, or it could potentially be that my material was still a little wet when I went over that first coat of clear. So what I'm gonna do is, I have the booth set on airflow right now, so it's a 10-minute cycle of just pushing a bunch of air through the booth. So hopefully if there's any moisture under the clear, because my base didn't finish drying before I put that coat on because I got ahead of myself and too excited, hopefully it can escape. If pushing air through it doesn't work, I'm gonna try a short 5-minute bake on it, and that should at least improve the modeling if the modeling is coming from my base coat still being wet when I went over it with that coat of clear. So we're gonna find out. It might be a little hard to hear me with all the air getting pushed through the booth right now, but hopefully you guys see what I'm talking about. All right, so we're running a base bake right now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on there just for 5 minutes because the air did not help. Now, if this heat helps, that means this was my error, not the method that I'm using. But if this doesn't work, it means I applied that coat of clear too dry and it left texture, which we all know metallics do not like. Our short bake cycle just ended and we still have the same level of modeling. So that tells me this was not trapped moisture. My base was dry. This was because of uneven texture in our base coat. And the reason why we have it here and not here is because we put more base here. We didn't put more base here. This is where our base faded out. So it wasn't enough base to fill in the dry texture from that light coat of clear. We're gonna go ahead and throw our next coat of clear on. But what you're gonna wanna do, if you ever do a bake cycle, a short bake cycle in between coats, is throw a dry coat on, just like that. Because you're gonna have a loss of adhesion, being that your last coat of clear is not open. So the way to restore most of that adhesion is by applying a light coat, let it flash off for a few minutes, and then apply your second coat of clear. I honestly, I just cannot accept defeat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some real dumb shit right now. This is a bad idea, but I mean, I'm gonna have to respray this anyway, so I got base here, and I'm really just gonna try to go over that and kind of hide it or correct it as best I can, but this is asking for trouble. I really doubt this is gonna work. I mean, I'll definitely be able to straighten out the color like this. I really doubt the clear is gonna like this at all. Do not do what I'm doing right now. Just don't do it. So I finished correcting the modeling. Now we're gonna throw that second coat on and just pray nothing crazy happens. All right, I have that thing baking now. I'm pretty positive this one's gonna be a fail. I don't think I was gonna be able to save that thing, but I had to try. Now, as for the method that we're here trying that got us into this mess, it's not the method's fault. I was scared, so I went probably too dry with it. The texture that it left, obviously, is what screwed us. And it makes sense because where we had that modeling was where we finished our blend, which is where we have the least amount of material. So being that there's hardly any base there, and it's a metallic, any surface imperfections are going to be highlighted, which they were. All right, so yeah, things didn't work out. Although what we did with the clear here, or what we did with the clear as our wet bed, it definitely would have worked. However, I'm going to go ahead and call this a fail, even though this was all my fault, because clearly if you don't apply that clear perfectly, you can run into this issue, which you would never run into this issue if you just used a regular wet bed. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, don't use this method, not worth it, too much could go wrong, and you're just going to make it worse by trying to fix it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time. Peace.